Microsoft 365 offers a wide range of products and applications and services. Products include productivity tools such as Word, Excel, OneNote, PowerPoint, and many other applications that you already use, and collaboration tools such as Teams, Exchange, SharePoint, and other tools that we will introduce. So learning and practicing Microsoft 365 is becoming more crucial every day, but we know it is a paid subscription which you have to have an active account with a monthly payment. Not everybody likes to pay just for learning purposes. Is there a way that we can use Microsoft 365 for free? The answer is yes. My name is Ali, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Microsoft 365 sandbox. Microsoft 365 Sandbox is an environment that allows you to access Microsoft 365 products for free for 90 days. It is initially designed for developers so they can access Microsoft 365 tools to develop applications for Microsoft 365. But we can use it for free with 25 licensed users for testing purposes. When you're enabling Microsoft 365 Sandbox, you have two options. You can either use it with the preloaded test information, which Microsoft calls it dummy data, or you can use it as a fresh installation and load your own customization and configuration. Microsoft 365 Sandbox comes with 25 E5 licenses. Join me on this video and let's start building our first sandbox. Before starting the process, I would like to ask everyone to watch the video once completely and then come back and follow along. There are a few tips and notes that it's best if you know them in advance to make a better educated decision. Some of these decisions cannot be changed or modified. They will affect your tenant. I would recommend watching the video once and then coming back to the beginning and follow along if you would like to create your own tenant. In order to create and activate your Microsoft 365 Sandbox, log into developer.microsoft.com/Microsoft365. You can find the link in the description as well. Alternatively, you can search for Microsoft 365 Developer Program in your favorite search engine and click on the link to developer.microsoft.com. Once you are in the page, click Join Now. On the first page, you need to sign in with your Microsoft account. If you do not have a Microsoft account or need to learn how to create one, put this video on pause and click on the link on top of your screen to watch that video and create your account. Enter your Microsoft account email address and click Next. In this example, I'm using the account that I created in the previous video. Enter your password and hit Sign In. You are now signed in to the developer portal. You need to provide information about your country, your company name, and language. You can use an imaginary name for your company if you don't have a company. Accept the license terms by selecting the check mark and click Next. Optionally, if you like to receive information, tips, and offers from Microsoft, click the check mark. Microsoft will send you occasional emails including tips and informations. On the next page, Microsoft asks, what is your primary reason for using Microsoft 365 Developer? Depending on your situation, select one of the reasons and click Next. This is just for reporting purposes. Please note, you cannot use Microsoft 365 Developer Sandbox for your business or commercial purposes. It is mainly designed for developers who want to test and develop applications for Microsoft 365. You can only use it for your personal projects. On the next page, you decide which type of developments are you interested in. This will allow Microsoft to decide what type of resources, tools, or trainings to show you. Make your choice and click Save. Last page is where you can select to activate your sandbox. As you can see, you have two options. You can either use Instant Sandbox or Configurable Sandbox. They are the same with one small difference. With both options, you will have access to 25 E5 licenses and all the applications that are available through those licenses. You can create users, configure settings, and create content. The only difference is related to test or dummy data. If you select Instant Sandbox, Microsoft will load your tenant with some test and temporary data. It will create some imaginary users, create some SharePoint sites, teams, and load test data with fake information in them. This is great when you need quick access to a functioning environment, specifically for testing purposes. You can still make your own configurations and apply your own changes, even if you decide to go with the Instant Sandbox. On the other hand, if you select Configurable Sandbox, you will have an empty tenant that you need to configure and customize yourself from scratch. There would be no preloaded dummy data in it. Please note, even if you select the configurable sandbox and start with a fresh tenant, you can still load the test data later. I will create a separate video and explain how to load test data to your customizable tenant. After you made your selection, click Next. In this demo, I will use Instant Sandbox. On the next page, Microsoft asks you in which region or data center would you like to create your tenant. Microsoft has over 52 regions across the globe. You will learn more about these Azure regions and data centers in the future videos about Microsoft Azure. For Microsoft 365 Sandbox, some of these regions are available for selection as well. Select your desired region. It is usually best to select the geographically closest region to your location. In my case, I will select North America. Then select a username and password for your admin account. Microsoft will then use the same username and password to create a global administrator account for your tenant. As mentioned earlier, with selecting Instant Sandbox, Microsoft will create 16 imaginary users as well. You can use the same password for all your users, or you can select to have different passwords for the global admin and the other 16 users. If you would like, you can select Use alternate password for all 16 users and provide a new password. Please keep in mind that you cannot use space or special characters in your username, and the passwords should be complex. They must at least contain 15 characters, special characters, letters, and numbers. Once you enter the information, click Continue. On the next page, Microsoft will prompt you to enter a phone number for security purposes. Enter your phone number and click Send Code. Microsoft will send a text message to your phone number. Please note, you can only activate one sandbox with your phone number. You cannot associate your number to other sandboxes. If you have already assigned your phone number to other accounts, you will see an error message. Also, you cannot use VoIP or unsupported numbers. The number should be able to receive text messages. Once you receive the SMS that includes the number, enter the code into the box and click Setup. Microsoft will start setting up your environment. Congratulations! Now you have successfully created your Microsoft 365 Sandbox. After the setup is complete, Microsoft will take you to Microsoft 365 User Portal. Alternatively, you can open a new tab and browse to office.com and use your Microsoft account to log in. When you log in for the first time, you have to complete second factor authentication setup. This is to keep your account safe. You can postpone this for 2 weeks. I'm going to skip it for now, but I will show you how to activate it in a few minutes. What can possibly go wrong? There are times that after you click the setup button, Microsoft shows an error message saying they cannot complete the task right now and they will ask you to try in a few days. But most of the time, they actually have created the tenant for you and it's just an interface error. If you saw this error message, you can easily test it by either going to office.com and logging in with your user account and checking your system. If the tenant is created, then you can move on. If the tenant is not created, we move on to the next step. The other method to test is to log back into Microsoft 365 developer account and click on Setup E5 subscription. Lastly, once the setup is complete, if you log into your Microsoft 365 Developer Program Center, you should see your active subscription. Click on Go to Subscription and system will take you to Microsoft 365 User Portal page. As you can notice, Microsoft 365 Sandbox is only valid for 90 days. But the good news is that you can renew the 90 days after subscription ends. I will create separate videos on how to renew your Microsoft 365 Sandbox. What is second factor or multi-factor authentication? It is basically a secondary method to prove who you are. Once you enter your password, you can either enter a code that will be SMSed to your phone or use an application like Microsoft Authenticator to approve your sign-in. To activate MFA, once you're prompted to protect your account, simply click Next. Microsoft will ask you if you'd like to set up Microsoft Authenticator or use other methods. In this video, I'm using SMS for my MFA and will create a separate detailed video on how to set up and how to use Microsoft Authenticator application in close future. Click on I want to set up a different method. On the list, select Phone and click Confirm. Choose your country, enter your phone number and hit enter. Microsoft will send you an SMS with a code in it. Once you receive the SMS, enter the number in the box and hit Next. Your phone number is now verified, and Microsoft will use it to send a SMS message to you every time you try to log in. With this step completed, you can make sure that even if your password is stolen, the attacker or the hacker cannot log into your account without having access to your phone. Your Microsoft 365 Sandbox tenant is now fully operational. I will create a series of videos about Microsoft 365 products, how to use them, and how to manage them. If you are interested in learning Microsoft 365, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be notified when the new content is released. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video.